If you are someone who feels constantly mad at your partner, like the smallest thing, it seems small to them, and they might even say, this is not a big deal. Why are you getting mad at that? But to you, it's a really big deal, and you find yourself just spinning out, getting upset, getting dysregulated, and whatever brand that happens for you. I want to help you understand a little bit more why you get so triggered, and hopefully we can find some solutions, some ways to kind of bring you some peace and some relief. So let's talk about what's happening when you're getting upset with your partner. Let's talk about the moments leading up to you being upset with your partner. Usually something has happened. So as an example, maybe your partner didn't change the toilet paper roll in the bathroom. Now this seems kind of small, right? But when it continues to happen over and over again, it can add up and it can feel not so small anymore. And so you see that the toilet paper roll has not been changed in the bathroom, and you get this like feeling, like it's a feeling in your chest, or it might be in your stomach, and it just means, it means something, right? So there's two things happening. It's the thing that's actually happening, and then the meaning that we're making of it. And the meaning that we're making of it is what causes our trigger. So you might be saying to yourself something like, my partner doesn't respect my time. He expects me to change the toilet paper roll because he doesn't care about me, because I've told him so many times if he really cared about me, he would be changing the toilet paper roll. So he doesn't care about me, he doesn't respect my time, he expects me to be his maid, all the things, right? So that's what's going on in your head, and that is exacerbating this feeling of I'm not appreciated, I'm not respected, right? And so then we get really mad and we're like, you didn't change the toilet paper roll. And no matter what he says after that, it's not really going to make a difference, because he can explain himself, but then you'll think he's just justifying. And he can just apologize, and then you'll think, okay, you're sorry now, but is it going to change? And he can promise it'll change in the future, but then you'll think, okay, you're saying that now to get out of this, but is it actually going to change in the future? So essentially, you're in a no-win situation. You're triggered, you just kind of have to wait for that to settle, and then you can reconnect. But there's something you can do in the middle there, right? And that was maybe a small example. I know that there are things that happen that are bigger, but for the most part, no matter what it is that's happened, what's making us upset is what it means about how much our partner cares about us. For women, that's what it is. It's like, you don't care about me, you don't respect me, you don't understand me, you don't love me, clearly, right? That's what that means. For men, it's a little different. For men, it's usually, you don't think I'm doing a good job. No matter what I do, it's never enough for you. You don't appreciate me. You don't respect me. And men actually have that one too, right? We all want to be appreciated and we all want to be respected. So there's something you can do that could help reframe. It can help you clarify whether your assumption is correct or not. If you are operating on assumptions that are not correct, you're just going to be miserable, and your partner is going to be miserable, because they're going to think, my partner's not going to listen to me anyway when I explain myself. So if they're upset by something, then that's just the end of the night for us, and there's nothing I can do about it. So what you can do when the thing has upset you, you recognize, okay, I'm getting triggered, right? Like, oh, this is really upsetting me. Oh my goodness, like, ooh, and it feels something. And then I want you to just pause. I want you to not say anything, but ask yourself, why am I upset by this? What does this mean about my partner? Does it mean she doesn't think I do enough? Does it mean she doesn't appreciate me? Does it mean he doesn't respect me? Does it mean he doesn't care about me? What am I saying to myself about what this means? And once you recognize, like, what is the thought that is causing all of this pain, then you can go to your partner and do what some therapists call verify and clarify. Verify, is this thing that I'm telling myself true? So you could say something like, it seems to me that you didn't change the toilet paper roll because you expected me to do it. Is that true? And your partner's going to be like, no, of course that's not true. Why would I do that? It seems to me like you did this because you don't respect me. Is that true? No, of course that's not true, right? Of course I respect you. So clarify. So why did you do it? And they'll give you an explanation. Oh my goodness, like I was about to change it and then this thing happened and then I got this text and then like our kid called for me and whatever. There's always an explanation. Or oh my goodness, I just didn't even think about it. I don't know why. I got to work on that, right? So there's always an explanation. So you verified that your assumption was not correct, because I'm telling you, virtually 100% of the time, our assumption is not correct. We constantly misinterpret our partner's intentions. That is the biggest thing I see in couples counseling. We are always misinterpreting each other's intentions, right? We're making it mean something that it doesn't mean. And we're going by that assumption and living life as though the story that our brain has served up to us is the truth. So then we're mad at our partner for all this stuff, and we either get mad at them and like we get into a fight about it, or we hold it in and it just builds and builds and builds until eventually we blow. It doesn't do good for us, no matter how which way you slice it. It's not good for us. So we constantly misinterpret our partner's intentions, and then we don't clarify plus believe what they're saying. So you can clarify and your partner can be like, no, my gosh, it's not because I don't care about you. It's just because blah, 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 whatever. And you can take that and be like, I don't believe you, because I know how you would act if you really cared about me, right? So you can just disbelieve them, or you can practice believing what they're saying, because for the most part, we all just want our partners to be happy. We want a good relationship. We're not doing anything intentionally to hurt each other, right? So when you're triggered, this can feel virtually impossible. Like, what I'm asking you to do is not easy by any means. But if you are able to practice it and actually do this over and over and over and over and over again, you will find great relief that your partner is actually like a really good person, like you always suspected, and they're not doing anything to hurt you, and maybe you don't have to be so upset with them, because being upset with our partner is like, it's like jail. It's like we're trapped in a place that we can't get out of, because they won't do the things that we want them or need them to do. They just won't, because they're different people than us and they have different priorities. And so we're constantly like trying to make them prove that they care about us, and we're reading into like, I can tell that you don't really appreciate me, or I can tell that you don't really value me, or whatever it is, because we just want to feel loved, right? But if we're able to see our partner's true intentions and not tell them that they're justifying themselves, their actions, and just take them at their word, if we're able to practice that, we might find that actually there's a lot more going right here than I realized. And that's like such freedom. So let me know how it goes. Try this out. Verify and clarify. Verify. Wait, did I get it right? Are you doing this because you actually don't like me? And then clarify, okay, if that's not what it is, like, what is it? And see what happens.